Hey guys, I am just to the right of the hillside garden entering the Ebersole Holly Garden. And the Ebersole is actually a holly arboretum. And it's broken down into collections. And so this whole row right here, as you approach the entrance to the Japanese garden, these are all American hollies, or Ilex opaca. For Ilex opaca, the leaf arrangement is alternate. The leaf form is simple. The leaf margin is spined. So you can see, oh, this is some smilax. This is a native vine here that's kind of infiltrating. But you can see those almost, these aren't really shiny, glossy leaves. They're more of a matte finish leaf. Very definitive spines. Plant type is a tree, broadleaf and evergreen. Form is pyramidal to irregular, but by and large, most of these hollies have a pyramidal form. This is an opaca right there. You can kind of see it's got a very loose pyramidal form. Not so picky about soil. These are native across the state. They're prolific where I grew up, which is a whole different soil than here. They thrive in our sandy soils. Requires well-drained conditions. And if you need to prune, it's best to prune in winter. Growth rate on Ilex opaca is considered slow. Exposure to light is sun to partial. You can see these guys are all in an understory kind of a setting here under these large longleaf pines. Climactic hardiness zones 5 to 9. Landscape uses, you can use them in groupings and masses. Naturalized setting, a screen, or as a specimen. The flowers are considered insignificant. The fruit are profuse. While we often call holly fruit berries, they are technically a drupe. You can see there are some green ones here. So they're maturing. When they mature, they turn red most often, but they can be yellow or orange. 1/4 of an inch in size, and they are not edible. Autumn color is not applicable. Leaf texture is considered medium. For other leaf details, it is noted that the spininess often depends upon the cultivar. Notable cultivars, I chose 2. There are many. One is green leaf. It's fast growing and it responds well to pruning. So if it responds well to pruning, maybe that's a good one to be used as a screen. And then Goldie is a favorite of mine. It's a green leaf, but it has a yellow fruit. And everybody always expects red fruit, but I think the yellow are pretty spectacular. There are more than 1,000 cultivars of American holly. For pests and diseases, there are 4. Leaf miner is a common one, and this is what leaf miner looks like. The larva actually lives in between the layers of the leaf, and it tunnels through and eats the tissue between the top and the bottom layer of the leaf, and it leaves these distinctive channels that you can see. Holly, Ilex opaca isn't the only plant that leaf miner is a problem on, but it's a distinctive one for this. Scale, these do suffer from a variety of scale. T-scale being one, which is also a problem of our camellias. Leaf spot, and then weevils. This is an example of weevils, and you can see there's some, oh, I just saw some. Oh, you can see there's some right here. Weevils often start on the outer margin and work their way in, and they create these irregular cutouts on the leaf. So weevils, we tend to have quite a few weevils. Over by the Vinca minor, there is a Clarendon spreading holly, which is an Ilex opaca cultivar, and it is covered in weevil damage. It's actually difficult on that specimen to find a leaf that does not have damage. It is a North Carolina native. It is a U.S. native. It is not invasive. I found no reference to salt tolerance, but I sure have seen some mighty close to the coast. It's difficult to transplant from the wild. These plants are dioecious, which means that there are male and female specimens. You require a male and a female to produce fruit. So if this plant is producing fruit, that tells you that this is a female cultivar. The males do not produce fruit. They only produce the fertilization for the ovary. It's nice to allow the lower branches to limb to the ground naturally. We've just recently limbed some of these up to clear the walkway, but you can see this specimen that's a little further back. They really don't require limbing up unless they're in your way. So they will have a pretty desirable shape. So when you're in the gardens, take a chance and come out here to the Holly Arboretum and you can take a look. Thanks.